Trending video this week regarding a woman who has been removed from nursing school for having missed a payment. July 15th, 26.
I'm trying to keep it together. I'm a third-year nursing student at Arizona College of Nursing. I've been pursuing this degree for almost 4 years. I had a child in nursing school, and even when I gave birth the day of my final, and they had me retake the class, and I kept pushing through because I'm really resilient. So I've been pursuing this degree. I have 2 semesters left because of whatever new law that Trump had in place about nursing not being a professional degree. It puts a cap on how much you can take out in student loans in order to cover your degree. I was told that I needed to make my student loan payments. I missed the first payment because they decreased the hours for my child's behavioral therapy. And because they did that, I had to basically pay things out of pocket, pay for school because I have 3 children. Both of my boys are nonverbal. So if you're a special needs mom, you know what that means. I still push through and continue to focus on school because I'm almost done. And the quicker I finish, the better things will be for my family. My July payment was due on July 1st. Again, I pay for my kids' school and just for everything because of nursing school. I can't work full, so I missed my payment. It was due on the 5th. They give you a 5-day grace period. But I ended up making my second payment this morning. I went to take my exam, and after my exam, my dean called her office. And I told her, I said, I made the second payment, but I'm back current. She brings the financial aid officer in, and they tell me they're kicking me out of the program because I missed the second payment. And I'm more emotional because I've put everything into the school, and I'm so close to being done. And to be put out for missing my second payment is so unfair to me. And I asked them and I said, okay, if I make my next 2 semesters payments in full, will I be able to continue? They said they didn't know. I have the money. I'm trying to figure out ways that I can continue and finish for my family, for my boys, for my daughter. Nursing school takes a lot. But the money for me to get kicked out, I understand I would have got kicked out because of my grades, because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, but I've been pushing. And for me to get put because I missed the second payment by a few days is one of the worst feelings in the world. And it hurts even more because, remember, every single time I tried to go to school, if it wasn't my parents not having good credit and I couldn't get a Parent Plus loan, if it wasn't because I maxed out financial aid, I'm always in this position. I don't know what to do. I should create a GoFundMe. I don't know. I just know that I can't stop where I am because of my children.
Okay, I'm going to stop here. That's pretty much most of the video. It was all I could not to stop it during the video, but I tried hard not to stop it during the video. If you missed yesterday's video, I will link it at the end. It is a reaction to the GoFundMe of $50,000 that a baby mama raised. And yeah, she got $50,000. It's also trending this week. I have some big trending videos going on. And she spent it all. So I will be linking that. I've also really quickly have set it up so all videos, pretty much starting from today forward, at the end video will be linked to whatever video played last. So that way you'll be able to keep up on it. All right. Where to start? And we're not even going to touch right now the GoFundMe. I have really mixed feelings about this video because, well, let's start on the GoFundMe. When somebody says, I'm not sure if I should attach a GoFundMe, that tells me just right off the bat that perhaps part of the over emotion or emotion, in this case, I don't think she's being overly emotional. We'll talk about it. But when someone says, oh, I don't know if I should start a GoFundMe, that right there tells me that the whole purpose of your video is to start a GoFundMe begging video. In other words, this could be one of the greatest dry beg videos ever. And here's why I'm going to say that. If you have gone through this experience, which again, on this channel, I will touch it in detail. I got all my notes. All right. But I really want to address the GoFundMe because I think when people say things like at the very end, I don't know what to do. We hear that. Perhaps I should start a GoFundMe. That tells me the whole purpose of the video was for you to beg for money. And if that's what you really want, then you should just simply come out and say, hey, you know what? I'm looking for money. Give me money. And maybe I'll be lucky like the girl yesterday and score 50 grand. Talk about a jackpot. So I'm a bit skeptical on why she put up this video. I mean, we can put up videos because we want to teach people a lesson. And so we're not trying to get money out of anyone. We just want to share experience. Like, on this channel, I've shared my bankruptcy experiences, my car repossession experiences, divorce experiences, foreclosure experience. You get my drift. All right. But I've never said in describing all that, gee, I wonder if I should start a GoFundMe. So it's something to consider. This could be one of the best dry bags, but let's break this apart. And as someone who had massive amounts of student loan debt that I could not peel myself out of as a single school teacher, carried it for 16 years, 110,000 until it was forgiven in 2022. You got to remember, guys, I have new audience members coming on like every day, every week. That's why I have to repeat it. Okay. So they understand it, can catch up where I'm at. And it helps them to also understand my position. So I understand the going to school, being short on money, trying to, borrow your way through. But she said some things I thought were pretty telling. And the first thing I want to point out is, and again, I'm going to take it kind of sensitive, sort of, probably not really, but let's try here, okay? Everybody at this point seems to be at fault except for one person, and that's her. I don't even know her name. I probably should have done my homework on that, but that's all right. She says Trump is at fault. The bill changed. Well, then I guess the big, beautiful bill is that affected everybody, and it limited student loans for everybody. She says her parents are at fault because every time she tried to go to school, the parents either made too much, didn't make enough, whatever. Her parents couldn't contribute. The school financial aid is at fault. Again, probably linked to the Trump big, beautiful bill changes. Now, I'm not dismissing that those events, political, the situation with her parents, perhaps when she was younger, I'm not dismissing that those were situations that didn't play in her favor. But I have found that the best way to keep myself straight, get out of debt, stay out of debt, not spend too much, be realistic, is to look at myself. And where did I fall along the path? And let's remember here, she missed 2 payments. One of them was in July, and then I guess there was two payments. One of them was late. I guess she missed it totally. Another one was due. She said by July. She paid it on July 15th, but it was due like July 5th. So she has, from what I can tell, 2 missed payments. And she missed them. I understand her voice was a bit hard to hear on her phone. That's why I had the subtitles down there. So I apologize for that. There was nothing I could do regarding her audio. But she had 2 late payments. And she says they were late because she has special need kids. What? And this is tough. I mean, what are your odds of having 3 kids and 2 of them are nonverbal? And I don't know if they were twins or not, but this is just me. If I gave birth to one kid and it, had developmental problems, and I gave birth to a second kid and it too had developmental problems, I don't think I would give birth to a third kid, but that's just me. And she said she had one of the kids when she was in school. My question is, where are the fathers? Where are the dads helping you out, taking the kids for a while? Oh, probably. I'm guessing there is none. If I'm correct, there is no father figure. This is telling because she blames other people. It's a little bit of a pity meal, every time. I'm just paraphrasing here, okay, fam? Every time I try to get ahead, I've done this before. It's school's fault, parents' fault, yada, yada. But she says she had a child during the program. Well, she was in nursing. She's been in nursing school for 3 years. She has 2 semesters left. A part of me believes that she lacks good judgment, good timing. Some people are really good at multitasking. They can do this and they can do that and they can do this. Okay. They're just really good at multitasking and they can take all of that responsibility on. Other people, not so good at it. I consider myself intermediate multitasker, maybe even a little above intermediate. Okay. I'm not like way up there multitasker, but I mean, obviously I can run a YouTube channel, teach school, exercise. So I got some multitasking ability. But in this case, the fact that she gave birth, and this is not about the children, let us remember that. I'm just looking at the facts. All right. The fact that she gave birth during the nursing program tells me that she lacks perhaps some judgment there. From what I can tell, there are no father figures around. So she's piling all of this stuff up on her plate. And when it gets too big, she wants the world to excuse her and say, oh, no problem. We'll go ahead, excuse your first late payment. We'll excuse your second late payment. Young people, the world does not work this way. And I did a video not too long ago about the gal who lost her job. She got her so-called dream job here in my city of Tampa. Dream city, dream job, and she lost it because she couldn't make a deadline to have a notary done. You see, in the real world, it doesn't matter what's going on in your personal life. If you want something badly enough, you got to stick to them deadlines. She's tight on money. She said, I sent it to the school for behavioral therapy for my kids. I respect that. I really do. But sometimes there's something even more important. You are down to the last 2 semesters, and what she was hoping for, and let's just admit it, she was hoping that everybody would just excuse it. And without having presented it, I'm suspecting, to the school first. And again, remember, guys, school is a business. I don't know if it would have been different if she had gone to the school first, kind of like, you're going to be late before you're late. You're going to miss the rent before the rent is due. Well, you're going to miss your tuition before the tuition is due. I don't know if it would have changed anything had she talked to them first and explained her situation, or she just kind of let the, situation crash and burn. And now she's reacting. Instead of responding, she's reacting to it. And the problem is, I understand the tears. I understand it's real and all that. All right. I get it. And perhaps some of the drama is also to start a GoFundMe and get extra donations. Cause you want people to feel your pain. I get it, especially if you're thinking of starting a GFM. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on that. If she does, I will certainly let you know. And I'll be honest, and if she does start a GFM, probably going to have a little bit of not a whole lot more disrespect, because you see, when you make mistakes like this, GFM meaning GoFundMe, when you make mistakes like this, you have to peel yourself out of the mistake. You can't expect other people who got their own plate full to deal with to peel you out of it. And that's what winds up happening a lot is you get people, they make these mistakes, perhaps one child too many, maybe even 2 child too many. Doesn't look like we have solid relationships. Okay. Too much on your plate. And when it all crashes, you want other people to solve it. There's a problem there. Let's see here. She said it's unfair that she is kicked out. I'm going to say it is no more unfair that she is kicked out of this program so long as they've done it to other people. If they've done the same thing to other students and there is no unfairness involved. Would I kick someone out last 2 semesters? And she's got 2 late payments, but one of them she caught up. I don't know. And here's another reality. It may be also based on how much they like her. Hey, I'm just keeping it real. Okay. I don't know what type of student she is. I don't know the background of her. I don't know how well she gets along with the student, the other schools. In other words, is this someone that the school really, really liked? Hey, and again, all schools, just like all jobs, should play fair. But all schools, just like all jobs, don't always play fair. When I'm talking about schools, I'm talking about collegiate level schools like what she's in for nursing programs and things like that. But if they hold the same rules for other people as they're putting her, feet to the fire and saying, hey, you know what, lady, you got 1 missed payment totally. And the second one, you're already late on that. If they've done the same thing with other students, I don't think there's anything unfair. Here's the bottom line. If she starts a GoFundMe, this whole entire video was a pity party to try to drum up support and donations. And you know how I feel about donating to things like GoFundMes when people are dry begging. Like I said, it could be the greatest dry beggar ever. And if she does not start a GoFundMe, and this is just a good cry out on social media, then I hope she learned a lesson that she will never, ever forget. And that is the world keeps moving forward. Deadlines have to be met, even when your life is crashing around you.